watching Van Buren County Basketball on the Eagle Network and BLTV Channel 6. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome into Spencer, Tennessee. I'm Kate Simmons alongside tonight Kason Sullivan, set to bring you tonight's Van Buren County action versus Gordonsville. Kason's super excited to have you here. Unfortunately, Andre couldn't make us with it tonight, but that has opened the opportunity for you to be here. You play for the guys team for Van Buren County, so I know that you're super excited, and I know that you have a lot of great insight for us. Anything in particular you're expecting tonight? Anything you're wanting to see?
I like to see Layla Bolden get involved early, be involved often. I like to see Mills get some rebounds, take advantage of some second chance opportunities, and just a lot of hustle, a lot of playing hard. Keep the turnover margin down, and this could be a win.
Absolutely. A lot of what you mentioned there has been some of the keys to success for these Eaglettes over the past few games. For Gordonsville, they're looking for their first win on the season. But one thing both teams have in common was a tough loss versus Jackson County, so that may set the tone for this type of game. But that was before our Eaglettes got back Layla Bolden, who joins and is in the starting lineup for tonight, joined last game and scored the first 13 points for the Eaglettes. And as you talked about, her and Kara Mills combined for 41 points in the most recent game. So looking for an interesting night tonight. Here's tip-off. Kara Mills wins it for the Eaglettes. So Bolden will get the offense started off. As we begin our first possession here, we'll go ahead and get into our starting lineups. For Gordonsville, it's Underwood, Heron, Young, Roberts, and Story. And for your Eaglettes, it is Netherton, Grissom, Emery, Bolden, and Mills. First opportunity here for the Eaglettes to score. And looks as if Mills got fouled, but good opportunity underneath, and she'll head to the line for the first time tonight.
So that right there is what you want to see the whole night. Mills got 2 offensive rebounds, just couldn't get the second chance to go. She'll try to knock down these free throws here.
Mills that's her specialty right there, is being able to get those second chance opportunities, second chance points. And that was a lot of the dynamic we saw in the last game. Other players, usually on the perimeter or from the mid-range, would try to lay one up, and if it didn't work out, Mills would be right there to collect it. We saw Mills get the first points of the night with that free throw there. Here's Gordonsville with their first chance on the fast break opportunity. Has a chance, but it's going to have to back out of it now from the mid-range. We'll roll it in the basket. Good play there to find the open space.
Our girls win a man full court press right there. Gordonsville girls got it up quick. Too many people behind, and just created too many people down the floor opportunity. Easy bucket.
Bolden now trapped, gets it out. Here's a three-point opportunity. No good. Rebound, fouled, and now it will be Grissom, who I believe will be heading to the line. 2 early fouls for Gordonsville. Could be in foul trouble tonight. Just under a minute in. So Grissom will head to the line to try and put the Eaglettes back on top. She'll tie it up 2-2, and we'll see about the second.
Fouls, especially this year, something you want to keep to a minimum as a new rule change. 5 fouls immediately puts you at a 2-shot bonus each quarter.
And a lot of players still struggling to adjust to that. We've seen a lot of bonus trouble for a lot of teams this year. We'll see if that trend continues tonight. Gordonsville scanning the court here. Going to motion, try to get some movement going, but Eaglettes staying strong on defense. Still scanning the court. Eaglettes staying disciplined on the defense, trying to go underneath. Not much there so far. Almost dropped that pass. Now Mills trying to get in there with some action, but Eaglettes just continue to play very strong defense. Liking what I'm seeing here, Kason. And that ball will be heading the other way, so Eaglettes here with a chance to extend this short lead.
Illegal screen right there. You got to make sure you don't get outside your body. Be there early. Don't move while you got the other guy hitting you.
Loving this insight that you're having. It really brings a new dimension to the game and helps us understand some of what's going on, because for most audiences, sometimes it's a little bit hard to go on with some of the more fundamental mechanics that's happening, but it's very nice to have that. Here's another 3-point shot. This one will bounce off, fight for the rebound. Guess who? It's Mills. Mills puts it up. Another chance for Mills. She'll get fouled again. That's already Gordonsville's 3rd foul committed. They are in some hot water.
If she can rebound like that and continue to knock down free throws, this is a dangerous team come late in the year.
So timeout is called by Gordonsville. So obviously coach not happy with all of the fouls going on. That is going to get you into very, very quick trouble. Now, Kason, while we're on the topic here, you know that you're part of the guys team for the Eagles. You know, it's been a very strong season so far, and one moniker that me and Andre have coined is Clutch County, because 6 of the 7 games that the Eagles have played have been decided by 5 points or less. You know, what's some of the key points you're looking for tonight? I usually notice a lot of the physicality, you know, and it just the overall play to win the game mentality and the play to fight in a slugfest. Anything specific that you think might be happening tonight?
Well, for one, we got to start off better than we've started our past few games. We've started off, got ourselves in a hole, and had to climb out several of these close games that you've mentioned, and that's just made it a battle from there on out. But if we can get to scoring early, rebound like we can, and keep the turnovers down, and just not have any mental breaks, we could be getting a dub tonight.
We will see you later on. Make sure to stay tuned for that action. But for now, Gordonsville with another chance here to try and take the lead in a slow start. Both teams just trying to take their time, really set their offenses. You know, when you have two teams that are really just desperately fighting for the wins, you don't want to make too many mental errors. Here's a shot from the mid-range that won't go. Eaglettes now have an opportunity to score, but chased heavily behind now. So it looks like they'll have to pause out of it and reset the offense.
I'd like to see Bolden get more involved here early. Not really been a factor here in this first quarter.
Here's a pass inside to Bolden. Over in the corner, Grissom had some space but decided against the shot. Will reset once again. Now getting pressed heavily. Fast break. Here we go. A little bit of pressure from the Eaglettes, but they'll go down low anyways. Foul is committed, and one. And that's the first foul committed by the Eaglettes, and it will lead to some points and possibly a third point for Gordonsville.
Got to keep that dribble in tight. Got to protect it. Can't be loose with the ball.
So Underwood will look to make it 3. That one will rattle off, but a second chance, and it is a put in from Roberts. So 4 quick points there in what's so far been a low-scoring game, and those type of points can really matter a lot.
That's something you can't have. You can't be giving up offensive rebounds. You got to box out. You got to pull the board.
Another mental error there allows Gordonsville to get the ball right back, and now they have a chance to get some more rapid succession points. Tried to go up the right lane, not much there. Eaglettes continuing to clamp down and going to get called for the travel. So a lot of mental errors early on between these two teams. I think this game may come down to whoever can get rid of those mental errors first. So Eaglettes here with another chance, just over 3 minutes into the game now. Only scored 3 points. You'd like to see get some more points on the board. Netherton will try to go left. He'll have to spin out, and now stuck near half court. Eaglettes trying to get inside, trying to find a lane, and looking out now to Mills. Did not have what she liked underneath. Now over to the corner, Grissom shot up from 3. That one will also bounce off. Shooting troubles for the Eaglettes here. Fight for the rebound, and it'll be passed back out once again. Here we go, Netherton from 3. She'll make it, and finally the Eaglettes in the scoring drought with a nice Netherton 3.
Now that's the kind of offensive possession you want to have. A few second chance opportunities there, moving the ball around, moving it quick. That's what you like to see.
Eaglettes have now equalized here 6-6 early on this game if you're just joining us. As Gordonsville will try to get some motion going. A lot of screens, a lot of action, a lot of movement like what I'm seeing, and it will lead to a lane right side. Shots up. That one just won't go. It'll bounce off and go in the Eaglettes' favor.
And she is a presence down there. She's at least 6 inches taller than everybody out there on the court. It's hard to get those shots up over her.
So Eaglettes take it slow, walking up the court, scanning their options. Netherton being the facilitator. Now will pass it just over near the free throw line. A lob pass over to Bolden. Bolden will take her time now. Netherton over left corner. Grissom's trying to go in, but fight for the ball. Now it's a jump ball, and that one will result, I still believe, nope, that will be Gordonsville ball. So now looking to break this stalemate as we see a substitution for the Eaglettes. Roberts checking into the game. I believe that's the first substitution we've had so far early on in this game.
Very defensive game right now. Like to see it pick up on offense.
Both teams still looking for that offensive presence, but I think it's really came down to both teams really clamping down with some very solid defense. Speaking of some solid defense, Roberts immediately checks into the game and pokes that ball free. Unfortunately, couldn't keep her footing, so that will stay Gordonsville ball. But that's the type of mentality you like to see, just being always there. You know, we hear these Van Buren County coaches talk about a lot about it isn't, you're not playing good defense if they get a clean pass off. If you can get directly, if they can get them directly to them, that is not a good pass. So you like to see that type of play there.
Oh, absolutely. She couldn't, you know, keep her dribble, get down the court, but that's great hustle. That's what you like to see. You can go from there. You can teach fundamentals. You can't teach hustle, though.
Eaglettes continuing to hustle now, just not giving Gordonsville any options. And, oh, here maybe is an opportunity, but that's going to get called back court. So Eaglettes will take over. If you're a fan of defense and a very physical game, this is your type of game here. 5 combined fouls between the two teams early on. In the corner, Grissom now backs out of it. Nearly got double teamed in the corner. Roberts trying to get hold of it. Ball is tipped on the pass to Mills, so now Gordonsville with an opportunity. Way over on the left side. Netherton will step on the defense. She'll get around Netherton. Now she tries to get around Mills, but Mills just there with always that presence on defense.
Defensive anchor for our girls.
Unfortunate pass there, leads to the fast break opportunity, but the ball is just a little bit too far ahead. You like the idea of, you know, you want to be able to get that space, but you can't force that pass. It has to be where it has to be, and just unable to go and corral that.
We're always taught on a fast break, you know, stay wide so that you get in close. You're going right to the defense, making those passes hard. You got to stay wide on the fast break. We
just saw a pass there a little bit behind its 10 target. Eaglettes still hold on the ball. Now some room from the mid-range, but gets fouled from behind. That will be the 5th foul. Eaglettes now get some chances from the line with 2 minutes left in this first quarter. So that will be Roberts with her chance to score her first points of the night. And first points for the Eaglettes in what has been quite a long drought. I believe it's been about 3 minutes of action now without any scoring between the two teams. Quick substitution here. Ross will sub in for Emory. Eaglettes trying to try new lineups, get some points on the board. We'll see if it'll pay off for them. That one will roll in for Roberts. Breaks the scoring drought between these two teams.
And you'd like to see some more of these free throws falling. You know, a lot of these close games end up close because teams can't convert on their free throws, and that's it's an important part of the game.
Gordonsville still left with very limited options here. Gets the screen, now pass inside. Nice pass, but just a little bit behind. Tries to get the shot from the 3, but has to back out of it now. Eaglettes clamping down. Here's a shot from 3, and that one will go. It's Roberts. She has 5 on the night. Eaglettes now moving in transition, trying to find something. That pass was poked, but it looks as if it'll stay Eaglet ball. I believe might have actually, yep, there was a foul called, so that is 6th foul. I believe that should result in them heading to the line.
I'm not sure if they called a jump or if they called the foul. If it was a foul, it definitely should have been free throws right there.
I couldn't really tell. It looked like they signaled both ways. Regardless, the game moves on. I believe they did call it jump now as Gordonsville looks to extend upon this newly found lead with just over a minute left in a defensive fight of a first quarter.
Yeah, Coach Sapp talking to the referee over there, telling him that was the 5th foul. Should have been 2 foul shots on that end.
So a little bit of confusion there results in a missed opportunity for Eaglettes points, but regardless, Eaglettes still fighting. Here's another opportunity from 3, and rebound is fought for and won by Mills. Now Eaglettes with a chance on the other end of the court. That pass just had a little bit too much heat on it. Netherton unable to get hold of it. So quick substitution here for Gordonsville. That is Young, I believe, coming into the game. So both teams making a lot of early adjustments, just trying to break this stalemate that has been in this game so far.
I'll tell you what, KK Roberts of Gordonsville, she's played a heck of a game so far. She got 5 of their team's points, and she's played some terrific defense on the other end. Reason Bolden hasn't been involved so much early here in the first.
That shot from Underwood was not successful, but Gordonsville gets it right back now. Tries to go up the right lane, no good. Now gets underneath Ross, trying to look for an open player, but will just go ahead and walk. So now 10 seconds left. Coach of Gordonsville obviously not happy. trying to get one of those of his players out there before the end of this first quarter. So Eaglettes here trying to get a chance to break even on the score, maybe even go ahead at the end of this first quarter.
Plenty of time to get a great shot here, and here they will get one.
What a pass, what a play to end out this first quarter. Ross underneath gets it done. I don't think anyone was underneath to check Ross. Guess they just kind of slipped their 9, but it will lead to the Eaglettes tying things up 9-9 in what has been a very strategic and defensive first quarter, as we have mentioned.
Absolutely. I think the Gordonsville girls were coming up to apply some pressure, trying to cut off some of those passing lanes, left it wide open underneath for the easy bucket.
As we mentioned, both of these teams are hungry. Eaglettes looking to continue upon the first win that they built last week against, and Gordonsville looking to find their first win in general. These girls have been fighting for the victory here tonight, and that has resulted in a very defensive game.
Yeah, our girls with a good win last Friday over Monterey.
Monterey, slipped my mind. I couldn't think of the names. It gets it all jumbled up. You know, Andre had to catch me about 5 different times last game because I kept wanting to say Jackson County for some reason. I guess because it was the first game that we had broadcasted, and it kept slipping my mind. Speaking of Jackson County, as mentioned at the top of the broadcast, both of these teams had a difficult game against Jackson County, so that has been a point of comparison early on, as both teams lost by a similar margin, and that seems to have translated into a similar game. As we see Roberts at the line, makes the first one, misses the second. And it looks as if that might have been a correction from earlier when the foul was called, but no shots were awarded. I believe that's what that correction was for. So it results.
I don't know if it was for that play. That was several possessions ago. It may have been a foul right at the end of the quarter.
Might have missed that one. So regardless, gives the Eaglettes a 1-point advantage as we head into the second quarter. Both teams trying to make some adjustments on the sidelines. You can tell both coaches not happy with the offensive output. If you're a defensive-minded coach, you love this because, you know, you've seen a lot of good heads-up plays. And, you know, the Eaglettes have had some chances here, especially near the end. You saw that very nice pass to Ross underneath that resulted in the Eaglettes tying this up. So the Eaglettes definitely have the ability, and they have the talent, and they have the vision. They just got to execute right now.
Right now it's about not turning the ball over, knocking down free throws, and making sure we hit these second chance opportunities we're getting. We're getting plenty of them.
Pass over to Ross to start out the second quarter. Back right over to Netherton. Netherton now tries to go on the right side. That pass is deflected. Gordonsville now with their first chance of the quarter. Trying to move quickly, turn this into a fast break. Instead, they'll reset and start from the top, motioning to Heron. Heron now taking control of the ball, and it looks as if that will be Grissom getting called for the first foul of the quarter, just 28 seconds in.
And that's one of those fouls as a player, you're like, I didn't really touch him. I don't know if that should be a foul, but, you know, it's close like that. By the book, it is a foul, so it gets called.
Gerald, the senior, checks in for the Eaglettes in replacement of Mills. And that that inbounds from Gordonsville is deflected by Netherton. She'll go and collect it, so she has now given her team another chance to extend upon a very tumultuous lead.
Good anticipation right there, guarding the inbounder.
Pass to Gerald is deflected once again. A lot of deflected passes and steals early on in this game. Still limited chances for both sides. Eaglettes playing very strong defense, very tough. Here's a left lane and going to get called for the foul. So now kind of vice versa from the first quarter. We saw quick fouls from Gordonsville. We've seen 2 quick fouls from Buren County, and that will result in Gordonsville heading to the line.
You know, she had an easy, got all the way to the cup right there. You got to have people on the backside ready to slide over and help take away those easy buckets.
So Heron will make the first, gives Gordonsville their first points of the quarter, and she'll go and knock in the second one to give them the lead right back. So 11-10 is our score if you're just joining us in a defensive masterclass from both sides. Pass back to Netherton now inside. That pass to Ross is high, but she'll collect it. Now gets it over to Gerald. I like the play there. And just another pass that lands in the hands of a Gordonsville defender. Now shot up from the mid-range, and nice composure from Underwood to not try to drive it underneath. Takes advantage of the space that she has and gets the easy bucket.
Those 15-footers, you can knock them down. hard to guard.
Ross way over in the corner to Netherton. Netherton looking for a second three, and she has it. Netherton makes another three early on in this game.
I'll tell you what, when she gets going, she can knock it down and she can score at a high clip.
Both teams looking as if they're warming up on offense, and we're seeing some substitutions in a moment. But for now, Netherton gets another steal. She is playing out of her mind right now. Two back-to-back very good plays from Netherton. Now pass inside to Roberts. She'll pass it back out to Netherton, but it's deflected once again. Another deflected pass that results in Gordonsville taking control. Here's a shot from three with all kinds of room, but it's off to the right, and that will be gone and collected by Grissom. Two defenders step up now once again from the mid-range. Here's Ross. I believe that was a long two. Regardless, it does not fall. And foul while fighting for the ball. And it looks as if we'll see two substitutions from both sides here in a moment. For your Eaglettes, it is Bolden and Emery checking into the game. Third foul committed by the Eaglettes in this second quarter. And Gordonsville, staying clean so far, has not committed a foul. And I believe, as you mentioned earlier, making your free throw shots in a game like this and limiting your fouls is really one of the keys to the game, because you want as many free chance points that you can get.
Absolutely, and our girls are playing spectacular defense right now. 13 points within this amount of time is, that's great defense. You got to take advantage of some of these, quit turning it over on the other end.
Looking to do just that here on the defensive side of the ball. Runs around, now hands it off, and that is an easy shot for Naylor, who will give Gordonsville more points on the board. Eaglettes trying to go inside, pass to Gerald, goes over her head, cannot get hold of it. So now Gordonsville, and I believe that just a lot of this trouble has come from less than ideal passes. I mean, that may be obvious, it's always got to be pointed out. You want to stop that. Going inside, that one gets deflected by Bolden. Nice defensive play there. Let's see what they can do on the other side of the court. Now Bolden with all kinds of room from three. That one will bounce in. Bolden with her first points of the game, and it is a nice supreme three.
Maybe that'll get her going tonight. They really need to get her more involved if they're going to win this ball game.
So Gordonsville looking to take the lead back. That ball will be bounced out. And despite the desperate efforts of one Gordonsville player, Eaglettes take over. Ross checks in for Emery. So Eaglettes now have a chance to take a lead back. Here's Ross, right side, has plenty of space, just a little bit too short. Not enough sauce on that one.
That's a quick shot. Some might say you can get that shot at any time. You want to try to work it around so you can get an even better one.
Going inside, nothing there. Ross with the nice defense, but gets called for the foul just afterwards. That is the fourth foul already committed by the Eaglettes. They're getting the quick foul trouble. That could at least lead to some less than ideal points going against the Eaglettes. Coach Sapp talking with Ross over on the sidelines, trying to tell her, try to go straight up, try to avoid that contact. You always want to play good defense, but you got to still play smart.
And this quarter's been almost a reverse of the first quarter. Our girls not getting as many offensive rebounds while Gordonville's been having their will down there. And a lot of fouls by the Eaglettes and none by the Gordonsville Lady Tigers.
So strategy change-ups have resulted in opposite play styles in these two quarters. As we close out this second quarter and head into the second half, we will see if any more strategy changes happen as we see the Eaglettes take the ball back over. She'll hand it off to Netherton. Netherton now trying to go up the lane, but gets called for another mistake.
Got to take that dribble just a step sooner. It's a fine line right there. It's easy to travel in those situations. Just got to make sure you take that dribble earlier than later.
Mills now comes back into the game. Now Eaglettes with their oh-so-deadly tandem of Mills and Bolden that we talked about in the last game, which combined for 41 points between the two players. Hopefully it'll generate some offense here in a moment. Circling around the court with quick and decisive passes. Just trying to find any open lane. Getting swarmed, though, by the Eaglettes. Now they'll have to back up and reset. And Bolden pokes it free, but unable to get hold of it to put it into transition. So timeout is called. Both teams will take another sigh and just try to look and see what can be done differently on this offensive side. I mean, it has been truly impressive on the defense side of the ball, as we mentioned so many times throughout the game, but just still lacking some certain element on the offense.
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's been a lot of early shots, maybe not the best shot they can get, and a lot of turnovers on these passes. I'd like to see some use of the ball fakes, pass fakes, shot fakes, and good hard passes.
Eaglettes want to bring their win streak to 2 in the second game of home win streak. Eagles and Eaglettes always play very good at home, so to win as many games as you can this 4-game home streak before Christmas break is absolutely vital. They just wrapped up their Monterey game where they won a decisive one against Monterey, and looking to add to it tonight against Gordonsville. Then tomorrow night we have another broadcast versus Clark Range, and then Friday's homecoming against White County. So always want to continue building upon momentum. Give yourself some wins. Give yourself some experience before tournament time rolls around.
You know, we had that 3-game road stretch. Our guys and our girls both did. 3 games on the road. Now you get 3 games at home. Got to take advantage of opportunities like that. Get some momentum going heading into Christmas break.
Gordonsville trying to create some opportunities. Grissom's defense stays strong and steady. Bold now, she guards, gets help from Ross. Going underneath, can't control the ball. Eaglettes try to prowl on it. Unable to get hold of it.
A lot of these wing side ball screens by the Gordonsville Tigers just give the Eaglettes some trouble, as well as these backdoor cuts.
Very long possession here for Gordonsville. You can tell they're just trying to execute with precision, not make a lot of the unforced errors that has been prevalent throughout this game on both sides of the ball. Trying to go right corner. Mills is right there. Pass over the top. It's deflected. Now Grissom takes hold of it. Eaglettes moving quickly. Grissom loses the ball. Mills collects it. Now back out to Netherton. Now to Grissom. Netherton searches around, finds Mills underneath, one-on-one. Can she get it? Oh, just a little bit too much on that one. Not the angle she was looking for. It will stay Eaglettes' ball. Just under 2 minutes left. Once again, a long scoring drought for the two teams.
If they can get Mills posted up inside, that's hard to guard for the Lady Tigers.
Now Netherton with a chance for a third 3. That one won't go. Mills deflects it. And was that touched by Gordonsville? It looks like that is a yes. So Eaglettes with another chance. Let's see if third try is the charm for our Eaglettes. Bolden trying to look. Doesn't have much open. She's got to get rid of it. She'll find Ross. Ross cross court pass. Now Netherton in the corner. Now back. Bolden fighting through the contact. Gets fouled. That is the first foul committed by Gordonsville. And it has been a very clean clean quarter for them. Bolden scans, finds Netherton. Netherton once again, cross-court pass. That one is deflected once again. And once again, a deflected pass nearly leads to a turnover for the Eaglettes. They really got to crack down on that, avoid that. Take your time, try to find those lanes, stop those unforced errors, and achieve victory.
And you can see Coach Sapp over there, after that pass was deflected, telling her, you know, you want to use that ball fake, let her go back door, and you can find her for the easy bucket.
She'll take her time, passes it back over, and she'll get some motion, try to get something going, tries to clear out to find a lane, doesn't have much. Still not much. Eaglettes clamping down, playing very precisely on this side of the ball throughout this entire first half as we go just under a minute left in the second quarter. Shot opportunity is collected by Mills after the miss. Eaglettes now desperately looking for some points to build any sort of momentum heading into our second half.
Just want to finish this last minute of play strong. No turnovers, get a few good looks. Well,
here we go, fast break opportunity, going over the top, not much there, gets her own rebound, tries to put it up again. This one is going to be a fight for the ball, jump ball, and that will Looks as if that will be, yes, that will be Gordonsville ball, I do believe. Oh, nope. Yep, that will be Gordonsville ball. 33 seconds on the clock. Who will break this stalemate? Going inside, has a lane, now passes it back out. Plenty of room for the shot, but it doesn't fall again. Now Bolden moving quickly. Eaglettes have limited time, but they'll slow things down. They want to take the final shot, I do believe. Nope, it'll be Netherton over the top. Tries to make a third three. Mills gets the rebound, fighting down low, and gets fouled. Second foul committed by Gordonsville. Things are heating up now.
That's good effort. That's good battle inside. Draws the foul, gets them another opportunity to get a bucket before the end of the half.
Some substitutions for Gordonsville right before half. Bolden looks to throw it in. Quick pass inbounds to Netherton. Netherton with her third three. Netherton is on fire from the perimeter.
Her third three. No one was in a mile of her on that last one.
Gordonsville, now they have no one within a mile for a three. They'll make it. Back-to-back threes. Eaglettes don't have enough time, I don't believe. And Bolden runs out of time on the shot. I missed who made that Gordonsville three, but regardless of who it was, it keeps the edge for them as we head into this third quarter.
I believe it was number 22.
I believe that would be Story. So Story with the last second three right after Netherton's third three gives them the edge. No, Kaysen, you'll have to be heading out soon, as you mentioned, just a half from action, but I'm glad that you could call us here on halftime but we appreciate you joining us. Stay tuned. Eaglettes down 19-20. To our second half of action here between Buren County High School and Gordonsville. We saw a very defensive first half here, highlighted by Netherton with her 3 threes as we get back into our second half of action. Already starting off as I'm introducing the second half, it's Ellie Grissom with the early 3. Once again joined by Kason Sullivan, who's able to make it back for our second half. We're hoping to see a very interesting half of action here as both teams try to move on the offensive side of the ball.
That first possession was maybe the best looking possession they've had. Moved the ball around quick, got a good shot. I like to see that continue.
Gordonsville now, they're trying to start off with a good stretch on offense. That shot selection not ideal. Eaglettes clamp down in the paint.
Like to keep your dribble there, maybe dribble it out, kick it out, something other than throwing up a wild shot like that.
Bolden now takes hold, trying to get underneath her defender and gets it back out. Grissom going for another 3. That one won't go. Now Mills gets the vicious rebound, and one falls down. Eaglettes reset on offense. Bolden over the top and just makes it look easy. Layla Bolden.
Very rarely do you see her miss one of those close jumpers like that.
Gets the screen now, trying to get around, gets around Bolden, going underneath and rolls it into the basket. That was a very nice play there. I believe that might have been Underwood with the score. Quick pass to Bolden. It gets deflected multiple times, trying to get hold of it. This story, but that it will go out regardless. Both teams showing some more pressure on offense. Looks like they made a lot of necessary adjustments. As we see Netherton going for another 3. That one's just a little bit off. And the push from the Eaglettes is the first foul committed. So we will see Gordonsville take over.
Staying pretty clean as far as turnovers go so far. I'd like to see that continue, not have as turnover heavy of a half as we had in the first.
Eaglettes focusing on getting some quick and direct passes, focusing on that lane vision, you know, not something we didn't see early on. Transition here as Bolden takes it, going up, and it won't go, but the fight and the putback from Netherton. She's really been the star of the offense so far. She already has 11 on the game.
Even if it looks like an easy bucket, you got to follow your teammate because you never know something like that might happen. You got to put it back up for your team.
Netherton stays disciplined and does exactly that. Gordonsville now trying to fight back. Mills nearly gets hold of it, but it's tip free, and Mills with a disgusting block, and that's just the type of player she is.
And if you're Gordonsville, you just got to realize that she is 7.5 feet tall, and you can't put it right in her grill like that.
Maybe a little bit off on the estimate there, but I mean, she might as well be, as she absolutely dominates in the paint. Gordonsville running out of options now, trying to find an offensive response, down 4 early in this third quarter. Over in the corner to, I believe that was Underwood. Yep, Underwood. Now shot from near the free throw line, and it will go in. Very nice, clean, deep mid-range shot from Young. Bolden tries to charge up the middle, doesn't find much there. Now Emery passes it over. In the corner, Netherton looking again. Netherton has 4 threes. Wow, that is truly incredible. Netherton already has 14 points on the night. That is just under half of the Eaglettes' offensive production. She's been a real star tonight.
She can continue to take care of the ball like she has so far in this third quarter and keep knocking it down. You know, this might be a win for the Lady Eagles.
Ball is stolen by the Eaglettes. Nice play there from Emery. Now Eaglettes charging down the court, pass to Netherton. Netherton loses hold of it. Now Gordonsville trying to counterattack on the other side of the court. Eaglettes step up to the challenge. Gets the screen, goes the other way. Now shot is up. That one will bounce off. It had the sky shot, but jump ball. It will stay Gordonsville's.
On that, I'd like to see a pump fake thrown, maybe kick it out, maybe see if you can get a step through on that drive right there.
Way over the top. Grissom steps up to defend. Now they'll try to go 3-point. No, once again from the mid-range, and it's Young once again from the same area. Pretty much same setup as the last time, but they find success with it once again, and timeout is called.
Looks like Young can knock down those 15-footers, those deep mid-range shots. Might want to keep an eye on that, have that in the back of your mind if you're guarding her.
And it looks as if Coach Sapp may have called a timeout to do exactly that. Both teams talk it over. Eaglettes have a 3-point lead, or just around halfway through this third quarter. You know, despite a lot of the foul troubles that we saw both teams get into, first it was Gordonsville, then it was Van Buren in the second quarter. Both teams, through about 4 minutes of action, have stayed pretty clean. Only one foul between the two teams, so it may become less of a free throw battle that we thought it might be as both offenses take charge.
See if Eaglettes can get something going here. As Gordonville set up in a long 2-3, that should be an easy bucket.
Oh, going underneath Grissom, it just bounces off as Gordonsville takes over.
Got to convert that. It's too good of an opportunity to miss.
Shot from 3, it will be almost collected by Mills, but it'll roll off her back. Mills rejects both the first shot, but the second will go in. And that was Story with the points. Pass to Mills, just not what you're wanting to see, but it's poked free. Eaglettes immediately get their get back. And now going other side of the court to Ross, now over to Mills. Mills will have to back out of it. Now Grissom charges up the middle. Excuse me, no, that was Emery. Emery's shot will roll into the basket. Emery finds the bottom of the basket for her first points of the night. Eaglettes lead by 3.
If the Tigers stay in that extended 2-3, you want to just take care of it, get that first pass off, and you'll have an easy bucket inside.
Now Gordonsville will slow down, just trying to make some easy passes, not make too many mistakes. Shot from 3, guarded by Mills, and
hit the wire, out of bounds.
So that shot will be counted out of bounds. Eaglettes will take over, and now Netherton will restart the offense. Netherton has really shined tonight with her offensive production for being such a young player. She shows a lot of talent for the future. Here's another opportunity for Netherton. That one will bounce off the front of the rim, but just ripped out of the hands and taken by Mills. Disgusting.
Got both hands a hold of that ball before anybody else even had an opportunity.
And speaking of offensive production, this has been a really masterclass in this third quarter so far. A lot better than the first 2 quarters, as 5 different players have scored for the Eaglettes. Thinks about going for the 3 instead, backs up, now shot from 3, and that one won't go, and Mills is the only one in the area to collect the rebound. I think at this point they've just stopped fighting Mills for the rebounds and said, all right, just give it to her. She's going to get it anyways. Here's a shot from Ross, and that one won't go, and it is won by Gordonsville. They'll take over once again. Thinks about the 3, now goes inside from the mid-range. That one is way too high.
Gordonsville has struggled to knock down these long-range 3-point shots. Like to see the girls play more defense, focused on the interior.
Coach Sapp will call the timeout. So despite some struggles, Eaglettes offense has really been producing so far. They've scored 14 points in this third quarter. Vast improvement so far from the first 2 quarters. They looked a lot more confident, a lot more ready to take over this game. And that's the type of offensive production you want to see. You know, for a team, you want to see a lot of production despite losing a lot of key players. This team went to the Final 4 of the Division 1A tournament last year, made it all the way to the Glass House and even won a game, but unable to finish off the deal. But you know, for making that far, a lot of those players like Mills and Bolden, who were key to that success, are still here. So you know that this team has the ability. They just got to flash that ability.
And you know, this is a very young team that's still learning, still getting some reps in. So they'll have time to grow and get better together. And this could be a threat down the road for opposing teams in the region and in the state.
Absolutely, when you got players like Netherton and Grissom who just flash every night. Here's a shot from, speaking of who, it is Ellie Grissom with her second 3 of the night. As I said her name, she flashes her potential once again with a nice 3 from the corner.
Grissom likes those corner 3s. She sure can knock them down.
Underwood pass is just a little miscommunication there. I don't believe that Young was ready for it. So Eaglettes forcing some errors. Their opponent starts to look a little bit shaken now. Eaglettes can pounce on it. They now have an 8-point lead, which is one of the biggest leads that we've seen. I believe it might be the biggest lead we've seen throughout this game so far. In a low-scoring game like this, it's absolutely pivotal to have a lead like that. Pass over to Emery. Emery will rifle one over. Now it's inside Gerald, and the push from Story on Gerald, that's their first foul. As I mentioned earlier, it's been a very clean quarter from both sides, only 2 combined fouls. Both teams playing strong defense, but still staying clean.
These halves so far, you know, there's a lot of basketball left to play, but it's been night and day compared to the first half.
Seen, as you mentioned, very different styles between the first half. So this one's been a lot more offensively focused, but in general, I feel like it's just been a very balanced half. Both nice execution from the offense and the defense for the Eaglettes. Netherton guarded closely, just pressing all the way up onto Netherton. It will stay Eaglettes ball, but Gordonsville getting a little more aggressive now. Now, Netherton will take it, going over the top. Not a big fan of that shot selection there, but sometimes it's all you got.
Gordonsville overextended once again, left it open for a quick shot inside. You just want to see maybe a dump off or a kick out right there.
Just under a minute now. 2 Eaglettes guard down low. They'll punt it back out. Now they'll search the court. They want to take their time. They may even wind this down to the last little bit. Well, not when you have a shot like that. Easy shot underneath. That's Trusty with her first points of the night.
Like I said in the first half, these wing side ball screens have really given the Eaglettes trouble in spurts defensively.
Grissom trying to get around her defender, gets it over to Netherton. Netherton will take another 3. Not been falling as of recently, but you know, with how many she's made tonight, I don't blame her for trying. Grissom going underneath viciously, just can't find the shot she wants. Didn't have the motion or the momentum to make it happen.
That's good aggression. You like to see maybe a 2-foot stop and then shoot it short.
Shot up from way deep, and I'm a little bit confused. I guess Young may not be the confident in her three-point ability, but she had plenty of room, but just decided against it. May not be one of the designated three-point shooters for this team. So regardless, leads to a very deep 3, which didn't really have a chance of going. And the Eaglettes lead by 6 as we head into the 4th.
I think Young may have been unaware that the clock was winding down almost the end of the 3rd right there. That's why she may not have shot it.
Sometimes you got to be able to find that awareness, so that miscommunication leads to points left off the board for Gordonsville. As we mentioned, stay tuned after this game as we'll have some boys action between 2 very strong teams. I'll go ahead and, as we wind down this game, talk about that. I know, Casey, you're very excited for it, part of the team. It's 2 very, very strong teams, Gordonsville 4-2. And the Eagles 5-2 in regulation play. And we talked about earlier the moniker of Clutch County. 6 of those 7 games for the Eagles decided by 5 or less. And y'all nearly had 3 straight games that went to overtime, but ended it in regulation against Monterey on Friday.
You know, we just want to see a win tonight. No matter how it comes, we'd like to see a win.
That's always been the Eagles' mentality. Try to fight for the win. Doesn't matter how you do it. Doesn't matter the score as long as there's a W in that category. Eaglettes start the 4th quarter from a shot from Grissom and fight for the rebound, and it will be Gordonsville's. First foul already committed just 5 seconds into the 4th quarter. I believe that one was Gerald who committed the foul.
And that's a hustle foul down there. You just got to be mindful of when they already have the ball.
Underwood facilitating the offense. Grissom is right there to try and shut it down. She'll get around Grissom. She'll go underneath, but loses control of the ball. Eaglettes playing tough defense in the paint. Leads to another opportunity. And now Gordonsville knows the pressure going on, and already in this 4th quarter will go into the full court press.
Deep ball is wide open here.
They'll try to go for a deep ball chance. Eaglettes will get hold of it. Now Gerald just has to make the easy shot and will make it happen. Eaglettes capitalize on the full court press. As you mentioned, when they play like that, it leads to some deep ball opportunities that you got to take advantage of, and they did just that.
Gordonsville likes to overextend on defense, try to apply some pressure. That leaves these backdoor cuts all the way down to the basket wide open. As long as the Eaglettes can convert on that, they probably have this game in the bag.
Eaglettes up by 8, one of the biggest leads, as we mentioned, we've seen all game. And there is a travel committed by Gordonsville. So Eaglettes take over, but still now playing some even tougher defense is Gordonsville. But pass deep, nice. I like the idea there to try and get ahead of the defense. Shot is up from 3. Will bounce off now in transition with their own fast break opportunity, but 3 Eaglet defenders in the area will make them reset. Netherton gets around the screen, so Gordonsville will slow things down and just try to take it one possession at a time. Going up, not much there. We'll try to get the second chance, but it is rejected by Emory. Eaglettes playing consistent defense right now.
Smart right there to slow it down, find your point guard.
Gets rejected there. Gordonsville takes over once again. Roberts will command the offense. She'll pass it over to Underwood. Underwood now pass over to, and looks as if foul is committed. 2 already in just under 2 minutes of action for the Eaglettes. That's about the only thing I can think of that could put the Eaglettes in hot water right now. They played a very consistent third and so far fourth quarter, but the fouls could be the one thing, you know, with the new rules about 5 fouls being bonus territory. That could be the only thing that puts them in trouble.
Oh, it absolutely could. And it also could make it harder for Gordonsville to win this game down the stretch. You know, used to, you got the 1-and-1 rule. You can foul a couple times, and if they miss the front end of the 1-and-1, you can get the rebound and go down and score. It makes it much harder when they have a guaranteed 2 shots to be able to come back from these deficits when it's late in the game.
Eaglettes substitute in Bolden and Mills, 2 of their stars. Now they'll try to find some more offensive production to start to shut down and wind down this game. Here comes Grissom from the corner. Shot is up, and Ellie Grissom has yet another 3. That's her third of the night. Her and Netherton have been absolutely golden from the perimeter.
Like I said earlier, she likes those corner 3s, and she can knock them down.
Trying to find her player. Manor now will have to back out of it. Gets the screen, but Mills steps up. Still not much there. Gordonsville getting desperate. They got to find something to stay in this game. When you're down by 10 in what's been a somewhat defensive game, as we see Heron put it in, you got to find shots like that. You got to take some risks in a game like this where it's been pretty low scoring.
And even as good as a rim protector that Mills is, as she gets a seal in there, makes a good, strong move.
Kara Mills with the confidence. You know, she had one out on the wing, but decides to take things in her own hands. And I don't blame her. When you have the confidence to go down low and find a shot like that, it's a really star player that you know that you have on your hands.
Now, a lot of her points are second chance opportunities off of rebounds and free throws. If she can get to where she has a nice developed back to the basket game, she'll be an absolute offensive threat.
Grissom with the miscommunication to Bolden. Bolden was not ready for the pass, and it was behind her. Did not have the time to get to it. Don't want mistakes like that. You want to close this game out with efficiency and precision. Bolden playing very tough defense near the half-court line. Now they'll get closer to the 3-point arc. Pass over, has some room, but Eaglettes staying strong, staying disciplined, not overcommitting. Thinks about taking the shot from 3, but decides against it. And now they have some more room. Bolden will try to step in and pokes it free, but it will stay Gordonsville ball. And, you know, you like to try to be, you know, precise. As I mentioned, I've said that word so many times tonight on offense. But if you're Gordonsville, you know, time winding down and you've struggled to score all night, you're down by 10. You got to start taking some risks. You can start moving quickly.
If they can continue to have Young set some screens, pull Mills out of the post where she's not as much of a threat defensively down there, they can slip these screens and get something going to the basket. And that's been tough on the Eaglettes tonight when they have done that.
Shot from 3 after the miss is collected by Mills. Now Netherton trying to go 2-on-1, and she makes it happen. Nice, strong play from Netherton.
That's the way to use your body right there. Use your body to protect the ball and then go up strong and make the easy bucket.
Netherton, the leading scorer, has 16 on the night for the Eaglettes.
So here goes Young, set that ball screen, and she's slipping it down. Now she's got the smaller person on him.
Now pass over to Emory. Emory going quickly, has Mills with the help, but nice heads-up play there from Roberts to recognize the pass that was going over to Mills and shuts down the fast break opportunity.
Ellie Grissom in the corner.
Grissom from the corner tries to make it her 4th 3-point shot. Doesn't get it, and Bolden tries to go underneath, but I believe, yep, she stepped out of bounds. Another mistake that could have been avoided, but, you know, when you're playing physically like that, sometimes those mistakes are going to happen.
And that's an unfortunate, that's an awkward spot down there to not step out of bounds, especially when you're trying to go back up.
Has the lane, but just over pursues the pass, put it a little bit too far ahead of her. Roberts unable to collect it. And now with just 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock, Eaglettes have a massive advantage in what has been pretty recently, it feels like once again, I feel like our third scoring drought of the game, although not as severe as the first two.
Lady Tigers have had a lot of opportunities, just been some miscue passes, led to some turnovers.
Fight for the ball. Eaglettes will keep hold of it as Bolden will go to inbounds. And as we mentioned, down by 12, 3 minutes 15 on the clock. You got to be in desperation mode if you're Gordonsville, still looking for their first win. They got to find something to put them over the edge. And
smart right there, calling that timeout, getting close to the 5-second call.
Yeah, you don't want to give any extra possessions to your opponent so late in the game. You never know what can rally a late push.
And even when you don't have a timeout to call, taking that 5-second call, it looks bad. It's really not a bad thing to do. People would say, you got to get it in, you got to get it in. You might get it in, turn it over, and that's an easy bucket for the team. When you take the 5-second count, you get an opportunity to get down and set your defense up.
We'll go into a little bit of a game recap here as we wind up the last 3 minutes. For Gordonsville, it's been a pretty spread out on the scoring sheet. Highest scorer is Underwood with 6, and it's just been a consistent effort from all their players, but despite that, they don't have much. Eaglettes have been led by players like Netherton and Grissom, especially from beyond the perimeter, especially Netherton shining with her, I believe it's 16 points now, as they look to close out what has been a definitely physical game. That's a jump ball.
Mills had the seal right there, called for it, then turned around to set a screen as Bolden threw it up, just a miscommunication.
It's now or never time here for Gordonsville. As I mentioned so many times, down by 12, you have to find something here. Underwood tries, wants the 3, but Mills is there to shut it down. Now Eaglettes' strong defense takes over. Bolden steals it right out of her hands. Nice play from Bolden. And now all you got to do is get the correct pass that you need. And foul is called. And I think now that the Eaglettes have the ball, that should just about do it. I mean, if you're Gordonsville, you've only fouled once. You don't have 1-and-1. At this point, you just got to maybe try to foul and hope you can find something, as Mills' shot is a little bit off, poked out of bounds, but it'll stay Eaglettes' ball.
You're the Eaglettes right now, you're thinking milk some clock, don't do anything stupid, don't turn the ball over, get a nice shot. You want to lay up at this point.
And now there is a big mistake, chasing it down, and that won't go, but the second chance will. And I believe that was Story getting the late points. So now it's a 10-point game. Still got to find ways to poke it free. There's another chance. Here's a quick run. How quickly the game can change. Shot is up and gets called for the foul.
If you're Netherton, you want to try and get set, try to take a charge right there, or get out of the way.
So now
right there, let them run into you. That's going to be a foul all day.
So now with a chance to make it an 8-point game, still very limited time for the Lady Tigers. She'll miss the first one, and every point is absolutely vital here. You don't want to miss shots like that.
2 minutes and 20 seconds is still quite a bit of time to make a comeback in the game of basketball. Now being 9 points, if the Eaglettes keep turning it over, Tigers definitely have a shot.
Bolden over to Mills, and the dynamic duo looks to put the nail in the coffin. Kara Mills down low makes it happen.
But any chances of a comeback will be shut down if those two keep playing like that.
It's the dynamic duo that we've talked about so much. Gordonsville trying to go for the 3. Shot is up and makes it happen. Heron redeems herself from the 1 missed free throw. And now it's still an 8-point game, but just a little glimmer of hope. I've been shutting down the idea of a comeback for Gordonsville so much just because it's been such a limited offensive output for them. But as of recently, they've been finding a lot of success getting some turnovers and turning them into points. If they can keep playing like that, they might have a chance to make something happen with such limited time.
With the fast pace of the game of basketball, a lot of things can happen, and crazy things have happened and could happen here tonight. Hopefully not, but you never know.
It's the beauty of the sport. You never know what's going to happen at any moment. Eaglettes looking to close out and get their second straight victory. As we mentioned, this is the second game of a 4-game home stretch before we head into Christmas tournaments and the Christmas break. Started with Monterey, a strong win for them. Excuse me, a strong win for the Eaglettes. And looking to win here tonight. Looks like they might do it. And then tomorrow night versus Clark Range, then closing out a strong stretch at home versus White County for homecoming. So want to make sure that you have the momentum.
And that White County matchup is going to be a tough one for both of us. You know, they got Layla Bolden back. It's still going to be a tough matchup. That's a big school as well for us, especially after playing 2 games before that in the week.
Bolden now getting pressed deep in the court. Now she'll go up to the other side, trying to get rid of her defender, has to back out of it over to Netherton. Now the Eaglettes look to just pass around the court, just hold on to it, except Grissom will take the shot, and Grissom says bye-bye, this game is over.
Is that number 4?
That is number 4, and can I mention that all 4 of those threes are in this half. She has been lights out from 3.
Wow. And I'd say all of them were from the corner as well.
So Gordonsville, with all hopes practically dashed, just pass around, just trying to be efficient on offense, and will lick their wounds and head into the next game here as Eaglettes take over. And looks as if they're just going to have to try to think about what happened here as Mills just goes down with the pass from Bolden once again.
And I'd say that was the dagger right there.
If anything was the dagger so far, that would be it. 14 points, just under a minute now. So Gordonsville will just take things slow and try to get a few more scrimmages in.
But if you want to have even a fraction of a chance, you got to take quick opportunities like that and get the first good shot you can.
Nice play from Underwood there, taking the risk, but Grissom will just go down and leisurely, but does not make it. Missed opportunity there, but I don't think it'll matter too much. 10-point game, 24 seconds on the clock. Gordonsville will need a 3 or some sort of miracle. They'll take that miracle. That won't go. And Eaglettes take over. 12 seconds. What a win for the Eaglettes. Started out as a defensive struggle, but in the 3rd and 4th quarters, turned on the Jets with some strong perimeter play. And your Eaglettes will take home the victory. Kaysen, appreciate you joining us for the broadcast. Hope success for your guys' team tonight. But here from the girls' game, your Eaglettes win 52-42 over Gordonsville. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Van Buren County High School, everybody, for our boys action. I'm your commentator, Cade Simmons. I'll be flying solo for this game, but that is all right. I'm glad that all of you could join us for some exciting action, as I have called it the Battle of Juggernauts, as we have two very high-quality winning teams tonight. Gordonsville currently at 4-2, and your Van Buren County Eagles, who are at 5-2 and have won both of their home games so far, including a tough one against Monterey just this past Friday. We've also coined, as I've said many times throughout this broadcast, the boys as Clutch County, as 6 of their 7 games have been decided by 5 or less, including nearly 3 overtime games in a row, although they finished out the Monterey game in regulation. We will go ahead and get into your starting lineups for tonight. For Gordonsville, it's number 3, Foster, number 10, Sykes, number 11, Peoples, number 24, Pope, and number 34, Wood. For your Van Buren County Eagles, it's number 12, Callan Sullivan, number 34, Eli Scoggins, number 10, Luke Tyson, number 11, Garen Lewis, and rounding out is number 21, Ransom Lowry. Very decorated, very veteran Eagles lineup here, as we have you have 3 seniors, 1 junior, and 1 very nice freshman, being Callan Sullivan, who's really flashed his potential. Here we go. We're about to go to tip-off, where Eli Scoggins will try to win it for the Eagles. Both teams line up. It's Sykes against Scoggins. The tip is won by Scoggins with a nice jump there. Here we go. First quarter of action. Lewis will immediately pass it over to Tyson, trying to go up the lane. Excuse me, that's a tongue twister, as the pass to Lowry's a bit behind him. Miscommunication on the first play, but Eagles moving with high energy. So it will be Peoples starting off. He'll immediately pass it over, as Wood will now pass it back. Now Wood underneath, passes it. Lowry there with tough defense. Going up top with some nice finishing at the rim, gives Gordonsville the early lead. That is Sykes with the points. Lewis from the mid-range. Oh, what a nice shot from Lewis. He immediately answers with his own counter attack. Now going quickly underneath, nearly rejected by Sullivan. Excuse me, no, that was Scoggins, but unable to get a hand on it. Scoggins now trying to charge up the middle. Tyson now going over the top, but he'll get called for the charge on that play. And looks as if we'll see an early substitution for the Eagles just under a minute into the game. DeLong will be checking into the game, and he saw a lot of great utility. He'll check in for Tyson. He was a underrated star last game for the Eagles. He really flashed in getting a lot of usage, although a lot of it didn't show up on the scoreboard. He was really a useful piece and what helped win them that game against Monterey just this past Friday. Going underneath, tries to get the lane, but Luce is there to shut it down, along with the help from Lowry. Tries to get around to Long. Now they'll pass it back out. Shot is up from 3, and it is down the drain. That is Peoples with the first 3 of the game very early on. And that is immediately deflected. Now Gordonsville with the fast break, and Foster puts it down. Gordonsville with an early attack, already leading 9-2. Eagles have to find something. Scoggins makes them pay. Scoggins with a very nice finish. Just noticed all of that open room underneath them as they made that mental error. And what a rejection, as I'm talking from Slade DeLong. This is what I was talking about in his utility down low. He was a very vital piece to that win last week, and he's already showing up early in this game. Gordonsville going to the top. That pass was not where it was supposed to be. Gordonsville will take hold of it as Sykes resets the offense. The Tigers trying to find something to build upon this early, fast start that they have had. Passing it over to Peoples, who had the early 3. trying to get rid of defenders, but Eagles stay disciplined. Now they'll get underneath one, but has to get it back out. Shot up from 3 very quickly, and once again, this time it's from Wood, and 4 different scores already for Gordonsville. They have an 8-point lead very impressively. And looks as if there's a little miscommunication. Oh, foul was actually called, excuse me, as we will see Tyson coming back into the game. He'll sub in for DeLong. Those two players have been compared to each other through substitutions a lot. They have both very versatile skill sets and have been given this team a lot. Over to Lowry in the corner. Now Lowry has to check out of it. Shot is up from 3. It is money. Eli Scoggins with an early dominant first quarter. We saw a lot from him in the second half of the last game. He did not score all in the first half against Monterey, as we see the shot miss there, but he had 15 points in the second half of last game, and he is building off that momentum early on in this one. Lewis tries to find his footing. Now pass over to Lowry. Lowry will take a 3-2. Lowry will make that 3. Everyone's getting involved early on for the Eagles. Just all-around solid play, but when you're playing a tough opponent like Gordonsville, you can still find yourself down despite that. Now Lewis, here, the Eagles with a chance to equalize. Pass to Tyson, it's right on the money, and Tyson makes them pay. 4 different scorers early on for the Eagles. It's 12-12. Eagles on an 8-0 run. Shot up from 3, it's off the front. Eagles collect it. Exciting matchup right now. We already saw the Eaglettes win early on. Can we get an Eagles win as well? Can they improve to 3-0 at home? Backdoor pass to Tyson. Tyson, it will just roll off and can't get up. And, oh, ball's poked free. Tyson's there after laying on the ground. He'll go up. It'll roll off. Fight for the ball is won by Gordonsville. Chaotic sequence there. Sykes thought about taking the 3, but Lowry stepped up on the defense. Now he'll back out. Now it'll be Peoples who had one of the early 3s for Gordonsville. The Tigers shoot the mid-range. It won't go. Tyson now moving with energy, with ferocity, with anger. Lewis, he'll try to join the party from 3. What a deep 3, Garen Lewis. Garen Lewis building upon the momentum he built last game against Monterey, where he had an incredible 7 threes. He's already building it early on. Shot from 3. It's a 3-party here in Van Buren County. That one doesn't go for Gordonsville. Lewis trying to get underneath his man, now steps out of it. Scoggins makes a man miss, going underneath, going up. That one rattles out. Eagles up by 3, just under 3 minutes left in the first quarter. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I was worried that it would be a tough game to commentate by myself, but with so much action, so much energy, it's really not been that difficult. Here's some more energy. Here's another shot. He recognized that he missed it, but no Eagles step up to challenge him as he goes and gets his own rebound and finishes down low. It's Pope making it happen. Lowry, he'll go from 3 again. That one won't fall. Gordonsville boxes out. Now they have a chance to take the lead back they built early on. It's back and forth in Spencer. Ball is poked free. Sullivan falls on it. He'll get rid of it, avoids the jump ball. Nice play from him. At such a young age, finding his versatility. Scoggins, he'll go from 3. Oh my goodness. Eli Scoggins have a field day. He has 8 points in the quarter. What a play. Seeing plenty of early action. Coach Sullivan, though, always the man to make the improvements. Talking with Eli on the sidelines, still trying to coach him, still not happy with some of his plays, as we can see. But hard to blame the man when he has 8 points. But Coach Sullivan's the type of coach, never satisfied, always trying to improve. That's what makes him successful. 2:07 on the clock left in the first quarter. Here we come out of the timeout. Gordonsville takes back over. All of their starters have found the bottom of the basket, excuse me. Very versatile on offense. Let's see if that versatility continues here. Trying to get back into it. There is a nice shot from Wood. He has 5 so far in the night. He's the leading scorer. First to make 2 field goals for Gordonsville because of their versatility. Scoggins, nice pass to Lewis, now back out. Scoggins, he'll go from 3 again. That is off. I thought it had the trajectory, but it fooled me a little bit. Had the length, but not the angle. Nice pass over the top to Peoples. Won't result in anything so far. Now back to Peoples underneath. Nice playing by the Eagles. They'll fight for the ball. And that is something they'll have to continue with all night. Not a starter, but Eli Adams is a big physical guy, and he'll look to give the Eagles some difficulties down low, but the Eagles stay disciplined enough to make him miss and hold on to their 2-point lead. Eagles motioning, just over a minute left in this first quarter. Lewis searching around. He'll find Tyson. Under a minute now. Tyson tries to go up the lane, doesn't have anything. Eagles need to find something on offense as Gordonsville is relentless. Going up the middle, over to Sullivan. Now over to Tyson. Quick, decisive passes from the mid-range. Luke Tyson, and one all day long. He'll head to the line. You know, despite how physical and fast both these teams have played, been very successful at avoiding the fouls so far. Only 3 fouls committed between the two teams. Tyson's free throw will roll into the basket. It'll give him 5 so far on the night. Tied with Lewis for the second leading scorer for the Eagles. Peoples will take his time, just over 30 seconds. Try to find a man on the wing. Now they'll go back. Peoples searching the court. They'll slow it down. Looks like they'll try to take the final shot of the quarter. They'll hand it off to Adams. Adams will kick it over to Foster. Just over 10 seconds left. Now they'll try to go inside to attack. Trying to get past Lowry. Can he do it? He tries to back him down. Goes underneath. Gets called for the foul. And it'll be Adams making the shot. 2 points for him there, and possibly a third. The Eagles will have to move quickly to build up some more momentum before the end of the quarter, as there's only 5 seconds on the clock. That shot will miss. And confusion there. Scoggins with a mental error, it appeared. Everyone's a little bit confused, though, on the shot. Scoggins obviously not happy with himself, as it gives Gordonsville another chance to score. Here we go, 3 seconds on the clock, going up, has a man, rejected! Eli Scoggins and Ransom Lowry fixed their own mental error. Still a lot of not happy faces on the sidelines, but that is the key qualities of a winning team, is recognizing your mistakes, feeling those mistakes, and overcoming them with even better play. That is the qualities of great players, and Scoggins has all of those qualities. So 4 fouls in the first quarter combined between the two teams. Both teams had 2 apiece. And Eagles lead barely by 3. And as we mentioned, it is, for both teams, it has been an offensive barrage. And, you know, both of these teams rely on, you know, usually some priority scorers. But tonight has just been a mix. Both teams have had 5 different scorers. For the Eagles, it's been Scoggins leading the way with 8, Tyson and Lewis with 5, and Lowry with 3. And for Gordonsville, Foster with 2, Sykes with 2, Peoples with 3, Pope with 2, and Wood with 5. So usually most people, when they hear that their leading scorer has 5, you know, you start to get a little bit panicked. But then you remember, it's only the first quarter, and when you have all the variety of different scoring, it really brings light to the potency of this Gordonsville team. As I so coined it, it is a battle of juggernauts. Both of these teams have had large success, and this could dictate the feel of the season. Second quarter starting here. Gordonsville trying to get underneath, but doesn't have much so far. Now they'll try to spring into action, but Lewis makes them pay for the over-aggressiveness. Now Scoggins over to Tyson. Tyson has room in the corner. He'll step back and 3. No good. Now Gordonsville with another chance, trying to get their lead back. And what a rebound, but unfortunately it falls into the hands of Sullivan. Now Sullivan going other side of the court. Tyson over to Lowry, over to Lewis. Lewis loses control of the ball. He gets back hold of it. Want to avoid those mistakes. Pass over to Tyson, and the foul from Foster. Looks as if they forgot to reset the fouls before the start of the second quarter, so a little mental error there. But regardless, both teams still trying to play clean, consistent basketball. Lewis searching around, getting guarded closely, tries to get the screen. Now back over to Lowry. Lowry trying to drive it inside. 4 defenders in the area, tries to go up regardless, doesn't go. Coach Sullivan not happy on the sidelines. Now going up, and those mistakes can cost you, as Foster had demonstrated. Now Eagles only lead by 1. Now pass over to Scoggins. Scoggins going up the middle. 4 defenders in the area. Got to get rid of it. Over to Lowry. Over to Sullivan. Sullivan shoots. Sullivan, it rattles off. Lowry, and he thought that there must have been a defender behind him because he misses an easy opportunity. Eagles making too many mental errors. That will roll in. Scoggins with a difficult shot. So despite the mental errors from multiple Eagles players, they still lead by 3 points. So obviously there'll be a lot of discussion from Coach Sullivan at halftime. Not happy with a lot of the things he's seeing, but regardless, they still lead the game. So if you can, that really shows the potential of this Eagles team. If you can lead a game against such a tough opponent, despite all these mental errors, it really shows your potency as a team. Lewis collects the pass. Now he'll try to go inside, plants his feet, spins back out of it, over to Sullivan. Sullivan will slow it down. Now it's Lewis going right side. Hard shot, not what they were looking for. Both teams starting to struggle a little bit more on offense. Now easy shot from 3, makes it happen. Sykes is the man. Now it's a tie game once again. Eagles need something here. Tyson goes up the middle, finds Lowry. Lowry with all sorts of room. Lowry's shot is off. Slips, gets it away. Shot is good. It's Sykes, back-to-back possessions. He is a weapon. Over to Lowry. Lowry now trying to go underneath. It bounces off his foot, I do believe. Eagles with a lot of unforced errors right now, and it's costing them. They find the bottom of the basket again. Foster now joins the party. Eagles need to answer. Over to Lowry. Lowry gets rid of a man, now goes underneath, now puts it up. Not there. Eagles can't find anything right now. So Sykes slows it down. Over to Adams. Eli Adams trying to go over the top of 3 defenders. Doesn't go for him, but nearly made it happen. He's that type of player. Tyson will go from 3. He'll join the party. That will roll off. Eagles not having much success on the offensive side of the ball right now. They'll have to clamp down on defense to make up for it. Trying to go up the middle. No good. Eagles take over. Both teams struggling on offense. Sullivan coaching from the sidelines. It's his son going up the middle. And it is Callan Sullivan with his first points of the game. Confidently goes in. For such a young man just in the 9th grade to have the confidence to go up the middle and say that is a free basket takes a lot of guts, and he has loads of them. Eagles down by 2 in a close one. As we mentioned, with the Eagles, it's always going to be a close, physical game, and that is what we've seen so far tonight. It's always close throughout, and the Eagles always have to clutch up at the end with their physical nature. A lot of teams have tried to out finesse the Eagles by making lots of threes or, just any other different strategy, but that hasn't worked for them. Most teams have only found success against the Eagles by playing physical ball underneath, trying to match and beat the Eagles at their own game. But your Van Buren County Eagles have still found success regardless. Very tough to put down these birds. So 3:51 left in the second quarter, and this has been a very exciting quarter of action. We see Lewis, Tyson, Mooneyham, I do believe, Scoggins, and Sullivan coming out for the Eagles. Gordonsville trying to set up the offense, go on top of the key. Now they'll swap over left side. Don't have much so far. It's Peoples trying to go right side now. Gordonsville with a long possession, still unable to find anything. Eagles playing strong. Shot from three, it's up, no good. Now Tyson searching the court, trying to find an open man. He'll get rid of it to Sullivan. Sullivan from three. Sullivan rolls it into the basket. Callan Sullivan, the freshman, with 5 in the second. Eagles up by 1 now. Still fighting. Can't let your guard down for a moment in this type of game. They try to press it on Sullivan, but he stays consistent. Now they'll try to go in over Mooneyham, but it'll go the other way. Eagles now with a chance to make this lead bigger. So now it'll be Sullivan and Sullivan and Lewis running it up the court. Lewis will stop near half court. Sullivan now, he'll take his time. Finds Scoggins off of the run. Now over to Tyson, now back to Sullivan. Sullivan will take another three. That one won't go, but Tyson with the nice rebound. Scoggins, physical, inside, but I believe he was called for the walk. Yes, he was. So another unforced error for Scoggins, despite leading the team in points. Just over 2 minutes left. Can Gordonsville take charge once again? Going over the top from mid-range. What an ambitious shot. It does not go for him. Scoggins now driving up, going underneath, puts it in, and I believe, yep, that was called a blocking foul. So he will head to the line after making some more points for himself. He's got 12 now, and it'll be Walker, the three-point specialist, perimeter specialist, checking in. And it will be Adams checking it in for Gordonsville. Scoggins makes his free throw. Eagles always very efficient free throws. Practice them all off season. It always pays off. Wins them tight games like this one. Eagles up by 4, just under 2 minutes. Gordonsville takes their time. Still taking their time. Doesn't have much so far. Now they'll spin into the contact. Eagles poke it free. Ball is collected by Gordonsville. They still have it. It's trying to close this gap. It is absolutely pivotal to head into halftime with momentum. Quick pass out to the perimeter. Now he'll charge inside. Another chance from 3. He'll fake it. Now going back, looking again. Now he has a chance. No, it's not there. Mooneyham going down the court. He'll just hand it off to Scoggins. Lewis, he has a wide open chance from 3, just not there. Doesn't have it. Eagles got to make their open shots. Under a minute now. Gordonsville's a tough team. You have to execute with absolute perfection. Under 30 seconds now. Gordonsville has really slowed down the offense in the past few minutes. They have to execute with precision. Will they find the points they need? Just handing it off over and over. Now they'll pass it right side. Walker there with the tough defense. Under 20 seconds now. Now we're down to 10 seconds. Gordonsville has to move quickly. They have 7 seconds. They got to go. What will they do? Doesn't have much. Poked free. Eagles will just hold on to it. Scoggins tries to get one off. I don't think he got that off. Doesn't matter regardless. So both coaches, despite a nice half of basketball, obviously not happy with some unforced errors, with some missed opportunities. So both will head into halftime to workshop it. At half, your Eagles lead 31-27. as your Eagles are currently up after a tough and physical first half against Gordonsville. It wasn't pretty at all times, a lot of missed opportunities, but regardless, your Eagles still up and look to capitalize upon their many opportunities here in this second half. Let's go ahead and get it started. Sullivan is immediately swarmed with defense. Tyson up the middle. He shoots it from around the free throw line. It's not there. Gordonsville now with their first chance to score. Going quickly, trying to get underneath. Physical underneath, playing with ferocity. And despite the ball being poked free, Gordonsville scores first. It was Sykes. Scoggins gets it over to Lowry. Lowry now backs out of it. Gets away to Lowry. Lowry with space. Over to Scoggins. Scoggins deep three. It's way off, but Lowry collects the mistake. Lowry now trying to look around, find a man. It's Lewis. Lewis over, stuck in the middle. He'll go underneath. It can't make it happen, but rebounded once again. Over to Scoggins. Third try. It's a yes. Eli Scoggins scores first for the Eagles. Ball rolls out. So despite many missed opportunities, the Eagles continue to capitalize upon their own mistakes and will take over. Scoggins gets it over to Lewis. He'll try to go right side. Lowry now over to Scoggins. Scoggins, pivotal piece, the leading scorer in the first half. Now Sullivan, the young freshman who continues to shine. All of these Eagles players have so much talent. And that ball will be Gordonsville's. As I said, all of these Eagles players have so much talent. They just got to show it. They scored early in the first quarter, taking advantage, but were outscored in the second, still held on to the lead. But now looking to continue holding on to this sparse lead. Trying to get rid, finds of his man. It's in the corner. That three bounces off the front and rolls off the back. Lewis now thinks about the deep three, but decides against the Eagles have had some shooting troubles as of recently. Scoggins way up and just can't make it happen. So, Coach Sullivan not happy on the sidelines. Gordonsville now trying to set up their own offense. Both teams struggling with shooting early on in this third quarter. Who will break the ice? On the right side. And a little bit confused about the call there. It looks like it was a foul on Lowry. Yes, it was. So first foul committed just over 2 minutes into the third quarter. Way up with all sorts of room, but it doesn't go. Both teams continue to make mistakes. Pass over to Tyson was deflected. It'll stay Eagles ball. Nice play there from Foster. I believe that might actually been called a foul on Foster. So Eagles take over. Both teams at a foul apiece. Tyson way up the middle. Can't make it happen. Eagles just continue to miss their shots. And Tyson, hope he's all right. He's been through a lot of physical plays as of recently. Looks like he's in a little bit of pain there after the play. Might have been his back. Hope he's all right. Both teams playing with such energy right now that I think it's causing a lot of these mistakes. They're not really keying in on what matters. They're just thinking go, go, go. And don't get me wrong, energy is absolutely vital in basketball, but sometimes you have to slow things down and think about your perspective. That is exactly what Sykes does. He's the only player to score for Gordonsville in this third quarter. Scoggins tries to spin around. Oh my goodness, Eli Scoggins, what a bucket getter. Gordonsville with a chance to respond, still down by 4 as they started the half. Going up, nothing there. Second chance, not there. Is there a third? Yes, foul is called. Second foul, or is it third foul on the Eagles in this third? I believe that is that is the third called on the Eagles. Getting into foul trouble early despite staying clean most of the game. Adams working underneath, physical but can't finish. Now it's Tyson over, and that's just a miss pass. I don't think he saw the defender there. Missed opportunities has been the name of the game for both sides. Who will finally make those go away? Lewis tried to poke that ball free, unable to. Gordonsville backs out of the pressure. Peoples working, backs out of it once again. He'll take his chance. I believe that's a long 2, and he makes it. Was that 2 or a 3? Looked like it was counted as a 3 for, I believe that was Peoples. Now Lowry plants his feet, back out. Sullivan, the young man, once again can't make it go. And foul is against Lowry. And Mooneyham will check in. 4 fouls already are becoming detrimental for Van Buren. Gordonsville takes it slowly now. They have learned the name of the game, limit the mistakes. You know, you love the pace that we're seeing from both sides, but sometimes, like I said, you just got to slow it down. Here's a shot. No good. Tyson grabs it. Going quickly. Lewis with a nice catch on a difficult pass. Now back over to Scoggins, who collects it. Going underneath, weaving through defenders. It's a 3-on-1. He doesn't care. Eli Scoggins can get a bucket anywhere. At this point, I'm like Dr. Seuss, because the Eagles got me rhyming out here with their play style. Shot up from the mid-range. Not there once again. I feel like I've said not there about 20 times tonight because continued missed shots from both sides. Lewis stops on a dime. Now over to Scoggins. He'll take the 3. Not there. Eagles continue to miss those deep threes. Going over the top. Scoggins' defense not enough. That was Pope scoring his first of the half. Eagles only lead by 1 now. It's been a close game throughout. Scoggins working up the middle. Scoggins just can't be stopped. He has 8 in the quarter. He's the only Eagles player to score this quarter. He has been a pristine bucket getter. Going over the top, thought the defense was enough, thought Tyson might have tipped it, but it rolls into the basket regardless. Sullivan now tries to go up the middle, finds a man in the corner. Now it's Tyson. Tyson's shot, it's off. Believe that might have been, yes, it was called a foul after the play, or maybe it was on the shot. It was on the shot as Tyson heads to the line. That's their second foul. It's been a very physical third quarter. Both teams feeling the energy. They need this win. Both teams very successful, as I have mentioned. They want to continue to find that success. Tyson's will go in. That's his second shot from the free throw line. Here is the third. Third will go in. 2 for 3, ain't too shabby. Gives the Eagles a 3-point lead. Fakes now to the left side. Ball is poked free. It'll stay on the Tigers' side. Just under 2 minutes now. This game is flying by, yet it's so very long. Sullivan calls a timeout. Been a very physical and strategic second half so far. Eagles have scored 10 so far in the half. And I believe that Gordonsville has scored, I believe that is 9. So it is a very close one here in Van Buren County. And I can feel that the energy has subsided a little bit from the chaotic first half. It's still been a chaotic second half, don't get me wrong. But I think both teams are just trying to take a sigh of relief before what seems like it'll be an absurd fourth quarter as always. We'll see if Clutch County or Cardiac County is the one who shows up. Regardless of what happens, we always know the Eagles play these types of games close and never let it get out of reach at the end. Going in on Scoggins. It's not there. Mooneyham has it. Now he gives it to Scoggins. Scoggins tries to go up the middle, has a lane. Oh, wow. 10 points in the quarter. Eli Scoggins cannot be stopped. He gives the Eagles a 5-point lead. Quick passes from Gordonsville. What will they do with them? Rifles one inside, it's Adams. Oh my goodness, Eli Scoggins, a two-way player, up top and down low. Who will stop him? And not happy Coach Sullivan is, as the turnover gives Gordonsville the ball back. It's a 5-point game, under a minute in the third. Gordonsville needs some momentum. Sullivan playing tight defense. He's helped out by Lewis. Everyone else staying down low. And I believe that'll be a kickball violation on Sullivan, trying to make the heads-up play to give his team the ball back. So both teams reset. Now we're approaching half of a minute in the third. Every second is vital. Passing it back out. Looks like they want to take the final shot of the quarter as two Eagles players line up on the sidelines to be subbed in. Adams finds one man. Now it's back. Yep, looks like they'll drain the clock. Want to give themselves an advantage. When does the action begin? I think this is where it begins. 6 seconds left. Gordonsville's got to move quickly. Gets rid of his man. Going underneath. Over the top. No foul called. And the Eagles will clamp down, and they will have a 5-point lead as we head into a decisive fourth quarter. In regulation games, as mentioned, their Eagles are 5-2. A win tonight would give them a very impressive 6-2 win with a 6-2 record with an impressive resume with wins over quality teams. Some big games coming up, as mentioned. Clark Range tomorrow for the Eaglettes and the Eagles. If you didn't catch the early part of the broadcast, Eaglettes took care of business tonight against Gordonsville in a decisive one. As mentioned, Clark Range tomorrow, and then on Friday it's homecoming. But don't look now. It's a tough White County team that both of the Eagles and the Eaglettes lost to just a few days ago. Both teams will look to get their chance back. Both teams have reasons to be positive about that game. For the Eaglettes, they'll have Layla Bolden back, who has led them to 2 straight victories. And for the Eagles, it'll be at home, where they absolutely thrive. Look to get their third win tonight to make them 3-0 at home. Here we go, fourth quarter of action. Momentum for the season, for the game on the line, right here, right now. Eagles playing consistently. Adams has some room underneath. He'll slip down, and that will be a travel. Unfortunate for him. Never like to see, circumstances that are out of control like that. But Eagles will take advantage now with a chance to extend their lead. That pass over to Scoggins does not go. It's 34 on 34. The 34 for the Eagles wins. Eli Scoggins going over the top. Not there, but he had a chance. Now fast break. Lewis, man to beat. Puts it in. That was, I believe, Foster with the shot. Scoggins, head fakes, going inside, working on his man, weaving through traffic. Oh my goodness! Eli Scoggins with an all-time play. Everything about it was perfect execution, weaving through traffic, fighting underneath, but finishing with finesse despite getting fouled. What a play. Looks as if he might have gotten fouled before the shot, however. Oh, nope, never mind. That will add to it. I don't know if they ever counted the, I must have missed something, but I don't know if they ever had the points for that shot originally. So we will see as Gordonsville works on the other side. Tipped free by DeLong, nice play there. From the corner, shot is up, no good. Nice rebound from Walker. Eagles have a lot of perimeter threats right now. Oh, slips down Scoggins, unfortunate there. 2 slips within just over a minute of action. Both sides facing tough breaks. Shot from the mid-range, rebound won by Lowry, has to wave off some defenders. Now Eagles take over once again. Lowry tries to get some space. Lewis from 3, not there. Eagles have not found success from the perimeter as of recent. Working back and forth, Gordonsville needs to find something. Shot from 3, there might be something. It's not there. Oh, but the rebound from DeLong is not there. And he fouls on the second chance. That is very unfortunate for the young man. So, very unfortunate play, but mistakes will happen. Eagles just have to clamp down on them. Can't let them continue happening. Scoggins over to DeLong, now shot. It's Lowry from 3, not there. Eagles continue to not be able to shoot from the arc. Can Scoggins get hold of that? Is that a jump ball? And timeout is called. Scoggins nearly got hold of that ball. What a play that would have been. So both teams will head into timeout to breathe a sigh of not really relief, but just of calm for one more moment before we finish out what has been an important battle. Both teams limited on scoring so far, just through 2 minutes. For the Eagles, they've only scored 3, and for Gordonsville, only 4. It's been a very defensive-focused battle in the fourth quarter, but both teams also missing vital shots. Who will correct those mistakes first? Gordonsville going inside, has room, plenty of room from the mid-range. They can't execute again. Can the Eagles fix their mistakes? Eagles 5-on-4, 1 defender slow to get up. Lewis from 3, still can't get it. Lowry over to Walker. Walker will take the 3. It's not there either. Can the Eagles make their shots? It's got to happen sooner than later. Working through the defenders, working through the traffic. Wow, what a shot there. I believe that was Sykes. Lewis over to Scoggins. Eagles only up by 2. They need to find something. Scoggins loses control of the ball. Gordonsville takes over. Here's a chance to tie the game. Foul is called. Eagles and Gordonsville make some substitutions. Tyson and Sullivan, 2 starters tonight back into the game. Eagles have their full starting lineup back in. Both teams stack up. Adams over the top. Batted up in the air twice. And Scoggins fighting for the ball, gets called for the foul. Second foul in rapid succession for the Eagles. So Gordonsville looks to inbound the ball again. Has some room over the top, can't get it to go. Neither team can score. Frustration on the Gordonsville sideline. Can somebody break through? Scoggins, will he be the man? No! Still no perimeter points. Going up, never mind. He'll stay down low, he'll fight through it. Now Peoples, he'll hand it off. Shot is up. They'll finally break this stalemate. Wood for his first point since the first quarter. He gives Gordonsville the lead. Sullivan tries to go for the, Lewis tries to go from the mid-range, does have it there. And foul is called. Second foul by Gordonsville. Timeout is called. Eagles will call the timeout. Under 4 minutes now. Eagles desperately need to try to find some points. Besides Scoggins and one, they have not found anything this entire quarter, and in 4 minutes of action, that is not a winning recipe. They have been outscored by a significant margin, 9-3 in this fourth. And that may not seem like a lot. That 6 points may not seem like a lot, but that is absolutely vital in this close of a game. Both offenses have slowed down significantly. Neither side can seem to make a shot right now. It's back and forth. Eagles have the reputation of an incredible home team. Can they keep that up? The good news for the Eagles, this isn't unfamiliar territory. As I've mentioned so many times, they are very good in close games. Let's see if they can finish out this close one. Lewis has got to get rid of the ball. He finally gets rid of it to Tyson. Eagles spring back into action. Lewis underneath, over the top. Finally, the Eagles have points. They have life. Now they need the defense side of the ball. It's back and forth. 1 point game. Working underneath Tyson. It hits the bottom of the rim. Eagles moving quickly. Fast break. Lewis tries to get underneath this man. Now spins off of him. Underneath to Scoggins. Scoggins now working. Tries to get under the rim. Not there. I think he got a little too fancy on that one, and that ball's going the other way. So Gordonsville with another chance to take their lead back. They'll take it slow. Both teams just need to execute desperately. Points have been lacking. Every shot matters. They slow it down for the moment. Now they go inside. 5 defenders in the area, but they get it back. He'll slip on the ground. He'll get rid of it. Over in the corner. Oh, and he loses control of it. Absolute pandemonium right now in Van Buren County. First the slip, then the pass, then the shot, which just looked like it slipped out of his hand. Don't know what's happening right now. Eagles fans seem jubilant, but I wouldn't be so confident right now. You're only up by 1. You want to take those moral victories, but you can't always rely on opportunities like that. But you definitely have to execute when they are presented. Eagles, can they execute? Scoggins stops on a dime. Over to Lowry, now back. Quick over to Tyson. Tyson now. Lowry doesn't shoot it. Goes underneath. Fakes his man. Lands on a dime. He rolls it into the basket. Ransom Lowry is there to save the day. Eagles have a 3-point lead. They have scored in 2 recent possessions. Here's a shot from 3. Now that will roll out. Tyson doesn't try to save it. Just lets it roll out. Doesn't want to make any unforced errors. For the first time in a while, Eagles have life on offense. Just over 2 minutes. And because of the constant slipping between these two teams, The Eagles will take a moment and sigh. Once again, not of relief, but just to calm their heads. Coach Sullivan on the sidelines talking it over. Looks worried, and I would be too. Despite their success in close games like this, you can never, it's because they never take a moment and think that they have it. They treat every moment like they're down by 50, thinking, how can we continue to score? Over to Scoggins. Sullivan trying to get rid of a defender. Over to Lowry. Lowry now. He'll pass it back out. Lewis. Interesting shot there, but Lowry will go back up. Lowry with the second chance points. Oh my goodness. I'll just be blunt and say I didn't like the shot selection from Lewis. But Lowry, when you have him there, and that might have been part of the reason he took it, he saw that Lowry was on the other end of that and was ready to get the second chance. Eagles are executing on offense now. They had barely scored throughout this entire fourth quarter, and now in 3 recent possessions, they have found the basket. They are up by 5. 1 minute 40 on the clock. This is where the Eagles thrive. Chants scream out from the crowd and the cheerleaders. If you're the Eagles, you're thinking, oh gosh, here we go again. As I like to mention my favorite stat, I'm like a broken record, but the Eagles in 6 of their 7 games have been decided by 5 points or less. That's why we refer to them as Clutch County. It's another 5-point game, ladies and gentlemen, so who knows what will happen here. The only way to know is to keep watching. Both teams out of the timeout. Here we go. Gordonsville can score. If they can score quickly, this game can flip on its head at any moment. This is a pivotal drive and possession for Gordonsville. They have to execute, or else it might be all over all too soon. Pass inside. Adams trying to work on Scoggins. Gets underneath him, but it's not there. Fight for the ball. It's a jump ball. Who gets the possession? And that means that's Eagles ball, I do believe. Oh. Nope, that'll stay Gordonsville ball. I stand corrected. They'll try to dry off the ball after both teams hustle and fight for it. And no, now it will be Eagles ball after the jump ball. That is pivotal. With 1:14 on the clock, it might be foul time for Gordonsville. Eagles moving quickly. Sullivan finds Luke Tyson. Now Eagles go back. Here comes the fouls. And as we always talk about, free throws are so very pivotal in a game like this. Gordonsville has to foul 2 more times to send the Eagles to the line, where they'll hope for some misses. The bad news is for them, Eagles very good at the line. Nearly a risky pass there from Tyson, but it'll work out in their favor. Eagles getting absolutely harassed right now. Looks like that Gordonsville won't foul for the moment. Lewis backs out of it, getting shoved around the court. There's the foul. Much deserved. Eagles are getting absolutely harassed. That was a call that needed to happen. So Lewis will head to the line. So Lewis with 2. Preferably make both of these, but one will work too to give him a 6-point lead with a second possibly chance to ice the game, as that is for most scenarios a 3-possession game. Lewis is hot right now. Gordonsville with a chance for the 3, not there. Fight from Sullivan, and was that out? It's out. Eagles take over. 39 seconds. Eagles still have to execute. No mental errors. They've eliminated most of those throughout this game, but there was a lot early on. Can they clutch up? There's no one home down low. Tyson, he misses the shot. May have just wanted to hold on to the ball there, but it's all right. Just clutch up on defense. Eagles step up. Under 30 seconds. Moonshot from 3. Scoggins has it. Eagles just need to hold on to it. Gets fouled. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time to head to the line once again. Can Clutch County live up to their name once more? They might break my streak here of games decided by 5. Regardless, this is a close game, despite what the scoreboard says. Scoggins rolls it into the basket. Can he get another one to make it a 9-point game and all but put them out? It's not there, but 8 points is still a large deficit. Gordonsville has to execute quickly. Going inside. Shot is up. Put back. It is there. 6-point game, but with just under 6 seconds left. It's not over yet, but the Eagles have life. Gordonsville will have to execute with pure precision to give themselves the victory. Eagles want this win badly, of course, to stay undefeated at home, go to 3-0, but also to improve to 6-2 in regulation games and continue a winning streak and to continue to give themselves momentum into the last 2 games. This is going to be a very tough week for the Eagles. Despite all 3 games being at home, there's the problem. There's 3 games. And one of them is tomorrow night, Clark Range. Back-to-back games is always going to be wary on a team. But if anybody can handle it, it's the physical Eagles. But for now, let's focus on ending out this game. 6 seconds on the clock. You just need one clean inbounds pass. Foul is called. 4.9 seconds. Eagles seem to have it. 2 free throws here would all but ensure it, making it a 3-possession game. So Lewis is up to the line, and if you want anybody shooting these free throws, it's Lewis. First one is in. 7-point game, so you only needed one of those. So Lewis now makes it an 8-point game, and that should do it. Gordonsville runs out of time. The Eagles take the victory. Van Buren County is undefeated at home. Your Eagles are 6-2. Eaglettes and Eagles both get a victory. Eagles win another close one. Thank you all for watching. For the Eagle Network, I'm Cade Simmons. Your Eagles win 57-49. Thank you for watching.